Hello my friends, Guten Erev Shabbos, happy Friday, followed by a beautiful, wonderful, and inspirational Shabbos Kodesh. But then, immediately afterwards, followed by an inspirational and uplifting holiday of Shavuos. Yes, the holiday of Shavuos comes out immediately after Shabbos. Interesting to note that the original Shavuos, which celebrates the giving of the Torah, that happened on Shabbos, 3,334 years ago. The Jewish people got the greatest gift ever given to anyone in mankind. It was the greatest day in Jewish history, and it was the greatest day in many ways in world history. The entire Jewish people, over 3 million men, women, and children together, heard God speak at Sinai. Every one of them. Interesting to note that we are the only religion that makes such a claim, that our religion were given its marching orders with everyone together, that everyone heard God's voice. Some religions say there were 12 apostles. Some say it was only one person and then spread it to others. But no religion makes a claim that everybody was there. And no religion denies the claim of the Jewish people. Everybody agrees that yes, God spoke to the entire Jewish people at Sinai. Did Sinai really happen, people want to ask? I'll have you know, I'm showing a video, and maybe I can put a link on this YouTube. But I'm showing a video now of where Sinai is. And we know where it is today. It happens to be in a Saudi Arabian military zone. But it is, you see the mountain, the highest mountain in the region. And the top third of that mountain is burnt. The stones are black. Because God came down in fire, lightning, thunder, dark clouds, the greatest special effects show of all times. And he spoke to the entire Jewish people. Now, let's imagine for a moment, God forbid, that the critics are right. The Torah wasn't given by God in front of the entire Jewish people. The Torah was written down by a bunch of rabbis hiding in a cave somewhere, and they came out and they said, this is your Torah. Maybe it was inspired by God, but definitely wasn't God himself giving the Torah. That never happened. Okay. Let's pretend they have a point. So that first generation that got the Torah, they read it. What's the greatest mitzvah that we have? Everybody knows. Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam. The study of Torah is equal to all 613 commandments. So that first group that got the Torah, they wanted to learn it. And they learned about this story that we're going to read from the Torah on Sunday, that says everyone was there. You, your children, your parents, you're all there. That generation, they were all there. Okay. Now, that generation, let's say it didn't really happen. And that first generation that got the Torah, they're going to study it, because that's what they're told to do. And when they get to that piece that talks about they were all there, I would have remembered something like that. Thunder, lightning, fire that was hot enough to burn stone, earthquakes, God's voice. I wasn't there. Dad, were you there? No. Granddad? No. And because you're saying I was there and I heard it, and therefore you want me to teach this to my children and to keep these commandments, 613 commandments, some of them are very hard. Once a week, we're not allowed to make a living. In Israel, once every 7 years, you're not allowed to work the land till this very day. You want me to do these things? Why? Because you're telling me I heard God speak, but I didn't. So how am I going to teach my children a lie that I know for a fact that didn't happen? And don't forget, who are we? We're the Jewish people. We're the most cynical people on the face of this planet. You do know that the old saying is a Jew never buys anything unless it's on sale, right? That's true. You know why? Because we don't take things at face value. We look into things and we ask questions. So if this wasn't really true, if God really didn't give it to the entire Jewish people, we would have given it up. That, it wouldn't be here. There wouldn't be people still keeping that Torah 3,334 years. Why? Because it's real. I just told a group of people that, I'm sorry, I'm maybe a rabbi, maybe a religious teacher, but I don't teach faith. Sorry, it's not my thing. I teach facts. And the facts are, there was and there still is a Mount Sinai. There is a Torah that are our marching orders, our mitzvos, our commandments that we need to keep as Jews. And that our ancestors 3,334 years ago heard God speak at Mount Sinai and give us that Torah. This is the basis of who we are. And this is what we celebrate and we hold dear to us on this day of Shavuos. Good Shabbos and Chag Sameach. Good Yom Tov.